Hello? Hello, 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 hello. How is everybody doing? Hope you are all good. I'm just going to make sure that this is not coming through in a minute. And how much time? There we go. Oh, okay, so we've got that much delay. So, how is everybody doing? I hope you are all well. I will be talking to Enslaved Angel very shortly, but I just wanted to say hello again and welcome back to the show. We have been having a little bit of a break, which is always nice to do. But I have to say, I have missed it. I had a little bit of an impromptu show yesterday. Just Trey was a bit late going live for his live stream, so decided that we would just do a little stream and listen to some tunes and everything like that. So I hope you're all well. I am about to share this out, so let me just do that now. And while I'm sharing this out, and yeah, let's just bear with me just a moment. Let's get this shared. Okay. And I am getting you. You're here. I can see you. I can see you. Wait 1 second. Do, do, do. Where is the self-stream promo? And that is it. I'm not seeing any YouTube chat. I don't know if that's because there's nobody watching. Oh no, I've got 2 people watching, which one of them will be Enslaved Angel. So that's all cool. Right. So my guest today is, and hello, Hernan. I hope you are do. Buen mi bro. I am good. Thank you very much. How are you? I hope you are well. And oh, that's just reminded me before we do that, I'm just going to bring up Enslaved Angel's YouTube channel and I'm going to pin that so you can go and follow and check him out on his YouTube. So this is all the fun stuff about live streams that you okay, and I'm going to pin that. So Enslaved Angel is pinned at the top there, so you can go and check out his YouTube channel on that. We have the people there. How are you doing, Hernan? Are you good? I hope you're good. I am good. And yes, let's get started. So, we are going to have a listen to a song from Enslaved Angel, who will be joining us in just a few moments, and he'll be able to tell you about his music, his sounds, his influences, his inspirations, how he goes about writing his songs, and we're going to have a wee chat about that. We're going to listen to a few more of his bits of songs, and then we're going to check out song submissions from the audience as well, and maybe some people who aren't in the chat but I just want to share their music because it's good. So it's going to be a fun couple of hours. Strap yourselves in, get ready, and here is Enslaved Angels official music video, HFD. Yes, that was Enslaved. Oh dear. Oh, we've got some Rudy playing in a minute. Sorry. Yeah. So that was Enslaved Angel. Please welcome Mr. Enslaved Angel to the show. Where is my sound effects? There it is. Let's get a round of applause. So thank you.
I can officially say, what the fuck is up, Dennis?
So thank you for joining me, Enslaved Angel. I hope you are well. I hope you have had a good day today. We had a little chat prior to the show, but now the serious stuff is going to start. We're going to be talking about your songwriting processes. We're going to be talking about the songs that have inspired you, songs that have made you want to create the vibe and the music that you've created with your own songs. So let's start. Let's start with something simple. When did you start songwriting?
Oh my god. Like, I probably started like 2 years ago, like music as a more of a serious thing. It's like 2021, I was bored because everyone was locked up. And yeah, just picked up a guitar and started writing. It was so shit back then. Like, I literally took my debut album off of Spotify because it was so bad. I was embarrassed. So yeah.
Well, that's definitely something that we've all learned, that maybe putting things up on Spotify before they're actually ready is not a good idea. I think that's something that we've all learned from Trey. And
And hello, Shadow of
hey,
the.
Danny, how y'all doing? Thanks for joining us. You've just joined just in time. So, did you play guitar before you sort of started songwriting? Had you been in other bands, or was it just a kind of a bit of a hobby, just playing about, and then you decided, right, I'm going to take this a little bit more serious, start developing songs?
Uh, I was what you can call a bedroom guitarist, playing just for myself and for my own enjoyment. So yeah, and I was like at a music camp, which was the beginning of my songwriting journey because I was in a band. We wrote song, and I was like, "Hey, this is fun," you know.
That's cool. And at the songwriting camp, was it the same sort of style of music that you're doing just now, or was it completely different?
Um, I mean, it was some mishmash of like every music possible. We wrote like hip hop meets funk meets punk meets metal kind of jam. So that's kind of everything at once.
That's cool. Now, it's nice when you get a good collection of people together that maybe have got different influences, different styles, but you end up sort of developing something kind of new and interesting from that. So that's always good fun to collaborate and check that out. So you were saying there about your first album that you wrote that you had up on Spotify, but you took it down. What would you say has changed since then with your process, your songwriting process, your influences? Is it just been a case of you've got a bit better at your instrument, or have you adapted the way that you write?
I've learned what rhythm is
It's always a good
because
start.
like
It's a nice help.
yeah, yeah, because like my first like album, it was literally like two beats playing at the same time, and the beats are not in the same time signature and maybe a different tempo, and you know it was like, I don't know if you've heard of the Shags. It was like a late '60s kind of you know deal when
They've
a
become a bit
father
of a
forced.
meme.
Yeah, yeah. So like my first album, if I were to describe it, was like if you took philosophy of the world and made it black metal with harsh noise elements.
So obviously you're into very heavy styles. Do you take influences from any other? Do you consider like sort of? I know that obviously we collaborated on a track and there was a bit of a new
Yeah,
metal
yeah,
kind of feel for
yeah, yeah.
that. But do you take any other influences from any other sort of styles like pop or EDM or anything like that?
I mean, I listen to literally every kind of music. Like like hip hop is like very underrated when it comes to guitar licks and riffs because like it's so much fun uh, at places. Like, let me play you a bit something I've learned like recently.
Go for it.
So
Oh, we're getting a
there's
performance. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna change the screen so we can get a
uh,
full screen.
no, it's just a riff.
That's all.
It's not a
That's all
performance.
good. We want
I
to see
cannot
it.
rap for.
We want to see it, but we'll remove Valerie's picture from that.
All right, all right. So there's this song by Ice Cube. It was a good day, and the riff is like so fun. Like, wait, that's just so fun to play. It loops, but it's fucking fun. Just waking up in the morning, gotta think, God. Yeah, I cannot rap for shit, but you know that's that.
Those things that uh, rapping's tough. Rapping's a tough thing to do. It's a tough thing to do very well. I mean,
Rapping.
it's
Yeah, yeah. Like
it's so. What I thought we'd do,
it's
obviously, we've
hard
got
to be original.
yes, it is very hard to be.
It's very yeah.
I think in any style, there's always. I mean, everybody's always going to get compared to other people and other genres and other styles of music. Just where if
And
you if you write like a comedy song, straight away you're compared to either Tenacious D or Flight of Conchords. If you write a rap song, name the artist. If you write a rock song, name the
or or
band.
or, or Lonely Island. Let's not
The
forget about Lonely Island
Lonely
because
Island.
it's one of the best comedy bands out there. Yeah,
So what I'm gonna
I'm
do?
on a boat, motherfucker.
On a motherfucking boat. Right. I'm going to bring up. So we're very privileged. Enslaved Angels very kindly sent me some songs to have a listen to. Now these are all unreleased. These are premiering on the show. They are exclusive listens. We will be.
And they are coming out this month.
Uh,
All of them.
all right, fantastic. So
Because I'm a baller like that and releasing like 4 songs in 1 month out of the blue.
so what I'll do is I'll just bring up the ones that are. So the first one, which is Welcome to the Machine, I believe it's going to be the first one that we have listened to. Yeah, so before I play it,
Made in 2 days.
made in 2 days. So tell us a little bit about the song, the process, inspiration, and then we'll have a listen to it.
Okay, I mean the main theme, like lyrically, Rage Against the Machine. We all know what machine is, so it's just like the system that just molds us into one size fits all kind of mold. Like get a job at 20, have a career at 25, have a family at 30, retire at 60, etc. So yeah, just about that. And my process of writing it is just like with everything. I just start with a guitar riff, which I'm like, this is cool. Let's do couple variations. Like copy paste it at random places because I like to be random, and just add stuff later.
And do you, when you're writing, do you add lyrics after, like vocal top lines after you've done everything, or do you kind of do it during the process?
I added after to see like what kind of vibe the song is, like the finished instrumental, and then like what the song needs right now to to be elevated, but not be like overwhelmed by the vocals. Because I know a lot of metal vocalists like to like do crazy noises on top of the song when it doesn't really need it. So just my pro tip to the vocalists: just know when to shut up.
And the vocalists would say the same thing about the guitarists.
Yeah, and the guitarist about the drummers,
Yeah.
because every time we know if we start to tune, the drummer is suddenly like,
That's it.
like
Everybody wants their moment in the spotlight. So it's on SoundCloud, so we'll listen to it, and I'll mute our mics. Do you want, in fact, just before we do that, I'll just copy the link. I mean, you've got access, but I'll copy the link for you and put it in the chat.
all right.
And then you can get it from that. So that's the link for the one that we're going to have a listen to. And I'll hit play and we'll listen to Welcome to the Machine by Enslaved Angel. I don't know why it does that. Going back to the start.
Cheers.
That, as always, very heavy, and always has a very strong vibe to your music. And obviously, we've had discussions on chats and stuff like that. Um, and it's interesting because the more and more I hear of your songs, the more and more I begin to pick out things that I'm liking about them. Obviously, it took me a little bit of time to kind of get used to the vibe. It's definitely not stuff that I normally listen to, and styles that I don't
I
normally
mean,
listen to.
it's not even the stuff that I listen to. Like
You just like it
like
to.
not every day, not every day. If I'm feeling like I want to punch a wall, I listen to stuff like this. But normally I just put on some, I don't know, some like Enya or something like.
Enya's a nice choice. Enya is certainly a nice choice. So you released an album not too long ago. How many tracks was it in the end? Was it 8 or was it 11?
I think 9.
9. Oh,
It
I was
was
close.
9, I think.
So
Let,
how?
let, let me check. Let me check real quick.
So how did you find the process of writing and recording your album, promoting it, kind of getting it
It
released out
was
there?
10.
10.
Wow.
We were between 8 and 11. We'll get a good guess there. So yeah, how
Yeah, just leave it at that. Yeah, between 8 and 11.
how did you find the whole process? Sort of, you obviously collaborated with people and you did a lot of stuff, like the majority of it, sort of on your own. But did you seek sort of feedback from people, or were you just kind of, this is kind of my vision, this is how I want it to be, and this is how it's gonna, like, how I want it to go?
Um, and here's my another advice to musicians, because I never seek feedback before the song is released. Like, don't ask for feedback unless it's like finished, because like people can fuck with your perception of music. Like if you send like a drum track and someone is like, oh, I don't like that snare, you're suddenly like thinking, oh my god, what if everyone hates this snare and I'm literally gonna be like labeled the next Sant Anger or something. And like uh, some people just like to put others down, and just be focused on what you like, because at the end of the day it's you who are the artist, and if people like it, people like it. If they don't, they don't.
No,
Simple as that.
that's true. I agree with you to a point. I do think feedback's important in the songwriting process, but getting feedback on a song that you've written and then using maybe that feedback or something that you took from that feedback is something that you agree with to your next song is also a really good thing to do as well. So obviously not getting too bogged down in the logistics and the worrying about certain sounds and things like that. But I'm definitely I'm a big fan of the feedback, of getting feedback, especially on my demos because it's easier to change. When for me,
Yeah,
it's easier to change, but I also understand where you're coming from. But again, the style of music that I am sort of writing for myself is definitely
yeah,
sort
yeah.
of
I mean,
more focused for me to get people to like it. I'm a I'm a sucker for a compliment.
I mean, yeah. Who isn't? Like,
And what would you say your favorite song
I mean,
from?
also like,
No, on you go, on you go.
yeah. But go on. Because
I was going to ask you what
okay.
your favorite
Uh,
song from
I've
the album was.
all
We've got a
oh
slight delay.
so I'm a yeah, slight, like 5 seconds or so. That's the slightest of delays. Uh, so I'm gonna finish my thought, and I've always said that if music makes you feel some type of way, negative or positive, it's good art.
It's a good attitude to have, and it's definitely one that I think as creatives, as people who write music, artists, it's always going to be an ongoing struggle between the something creating
Yeah,
something for you and creating something that you want other people to enjoy as well. But you're right, at the end of the day, it's really about if you're proud of what you've done, that's all that matters.
yep.
Skylo.
uh,
So we are going to have a wee chat. You'll be the next person to be played once we've had the interview. So we're going to be chatting for maybe another sort of 10, 15 minutes, and then we'll be doing the song submissions. But I've got your track. It's ready to go, so you can hang out or pop back in 15 minutes. Jump back in the chat, and we can play your song, so you're here to see it. But yeah, we're just having a little chat with Enslaved Angel at the moment about his songs, his music. So hang out, enjoy. Yeah. So
and, and now back to your question.
back to my question.
So yeah, so my favorite is got to be the consequence of our ignorance, because it's just a vibe, and I love this post-apocalyptic, like uh, rotting, like vibe. I fun fact, I played the whole album on dead strings, because I couldn't afford to like change the strings on my guitar. So just an extra death, the death of string. To,
Yeah, I all my guitars need the strings changed. Like they're not
yeah, I mean,
dull, but
shit
they're
is
definitely needing done.
expensive nowadays.
It does get pricey when you get 3 or 4 pairs. But the thing
Yeah,
is, it's like I've got sets of strings sitting. I just need to change them. I've just been too lazy to change them.
yeah,
So,
laziness, another issue. I
so
can relate to it.
let's check out another one of your songs. So, oh, but we've seen. we've seen the video for this, but we'll listen to it again. And this is so HFD. What does that stand for?
Oh my god, I'm gonna get so much shit for it. It stands for horrible fucking death because I'm just like, you know, just like throwing shit out of the window, you know. So I
You have said it's the heaviest song of your career, so. Uh, so let.
I mean, yeah, it kind of is.
Well, we'll get this up. I'm just going to copy that link and I'll pop it in the thing. Oh, that's not the link I want. Sorry.
Also, only 2 people watching. This makes me kind of sad, but also kind of understandable,
Oh, like,
considering
I mean,
what music I play.
it's Saturday night. Most people
Yeah,
are probably sitting with their
that.
families and stuff like that. And again, a lot of the time, most of the people that are in the community are all Americans, so it's all like midday and lunchtime for them.
Yeah,
So
like 2 p.m. Eastern, I think it's right now.
yeah, yeah. So they're all in the middle of the day. They'll catch up on the thing. Don't worry about how many people watching it. And Danny's
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
and that's the important thing.
yeah. Daniel is here, and it's all I care about.
um, so that's that in there. Let's bring up. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so HFD. Let's go. Unmute us both. So, as said, heavy, definitely heavy, heavy song. So, your inspiration for that, you were saying just sort of general angst and anger. Was there a trigger point for it, or was it just that was just the way you were feeling and that was what you wanted to go for? Because you've got the music video which we watched at the start.
I mean, the general like inspiration was like to get people to do this. You know, yeah, I think Daniel can relate to this, but this is the biggest compliment a metal band can ever get. It's like someone doing the stand face, you know, and you know, probably not find this as surprising, but there's absolutely no lyrics in this one.
just noises.
Yeah, just noises, like lyrics unintelligible. You know.
Now, you did something quite unusual but interesting. You did a collaboration with as many heavy vocalists as you could get. How many did you
Yeah,
get in the end?
11
11. So you had 11 metal vocalists, and you
going at once.
at
Yeah,
once, and then you created a. I remember it. It was just. It was a vibe. It made. It was soundtrack style thing, like a proper kind of horror, disturbing horror kind of thing. So, how did
I'm
you?
just wondering what the fuck what the fuck kind of movie would use it as a soundtrack? You know,
You probably say a Serbian film, like
like
you.
I'd love to see that movie.
You don't want to see that movie. It's I've not seen it, but I know people have seen it, and it just
Yeah,
doesn't sound right.
thinking of it, I probably don't want to see this movie.
it's it, it's not. It's maybe one that you want to watch a Disney film after. But yeah,
Yeah,
it was definitely. I mean, but even like not going down that route, but even something like Martyrs or even just disturbing scenes in films, your music kind of has that vibe to it. It's got that uncomfortable kind of feeling that it's not. I mean, when I listen to it, I hear that and I get that kind of that vibe, but that combined with imagery, it would make for very unsettling viewing, but in a good way. It's not a sort of negative. It's certainly something that I think leaning into would be cool because you've already got the vibe and the feel down the the what's the word I'm trying, like the kind of the uncertainty and anxiety that you can generate with cool
yeah.
vibe music, that you've got that and it continues to develop, which is really cool.
You
And
know, if I had the funds, I'd get like Tim Burton or like Robert Eggers to direct a music video. That would be fucking awesome.
you
But
could, I mean, have you thought about doing something similar to Sarush and Alex Rooney with regards to even just finding royalty free videos that people have made and just kind of soundtracking them, like finding something that you kind of think, right, this is because your style of music is one of those type of style of music that if you put on even something that was kind of like all happy and stuff, like imagery wise, it would change the whole tone of it, which is be quite cool. And I always kind of like that. That idea is when you put certain music onto certain imagery, how much it can change the feel of that imagery. And that,
kind of like Midsummer vibes. If you have seen that
yeah,
movie,
yeah, yeah.
like
You could. I
it's
mean, it
like
would
happy,
certainly.
happy jolly, but
Yeah,
something is wrong.
yeah. That ominous feeling that you get when you're kind of thinking, what are these people up to? Oh, they're going to push an old couple off a cliff and then smash their heads in with a big hammer.
Yeah,
Spoiler, sorry. So the
yeah. Major spoiler alert.
it's quite near the start. Well, kind of. Um, so you yeah. So tell us a bit more, a little bit about the collaboration with the 11 vocalists. Your process for that.
So the process was like I was really listening to a lot of Darko US and decided to like make a instrumental that has that chaotic guitar related stuff going on in the background, tappy taps like slides and all of that. And I was just like, man, I cannot do vocals for it for shit. Like I've tried and like no, it's not me. Like so I just like thought like what would be cool if I did like a massive collab because I heard like distant deathcore band do like with a 12 vocalists,
Yeah.
but they were like high profile vocalists, and I was like, you know, I can't really afford even a one high profile vocalist. Like, let me find some underground artist, and I just posted about it on a deathcore and metalcore fans group and said like, hey, anyone down to do a collab? You'll be credited and all that, and people turned up and it turned out how it turned out.
It turned out no, it was cool. It was definitely it was a cool vibe, um, and I think that kind of thing is like it's unusual and unique what you're doing with that, and it's cool to see, and you're kind of always kind of pushing yourself to create something that's a little bit different, a little bit kind of out there, and that's why I'm sort of saying it. I'd like to see it with like kind of video footage, and again, it doesn't have to be like public, but that kind of thing, like going on a kind of soundtrack mindset of something, thinking of a scene like that scene in Midsummer, or even like from any kind of film or TV show that you like, just kind of getting the footage and then just and writing something for it. I might,
Yeah, I mean, if we were if I was like, let me find the footage for my existing music, it would like probably be only on the dark web or something. Like this is not the shit you post on the regular internet.
for sure, for sure. So we will have another listen to your next song that you sent to me. Yeah, let's bring this up. So this is called The
The
Verge of
and
Infinity
this comes out on Monday.
on Monday. So it's on SoundCloud at the moment. And is it coming out onto
Yeah,
Spotify or YouTube or?
yep, yep. And YouTube premiere is like tomorrow at 5:30, like my time, so like 4:30 your time, and people who are living elsewhere, you can just do
Figure
the
it out yourself.
calculation. You have Google.
Yeah, yeah. That's pretty much what you gotta say. It's like you've got Google. Find find your own way to come and join in. Uh, all right, cool. Hey, Axiom. So Axiom in the chat. Thank you very much for that. So yeah, if you've got any songs, Axiom, chuck them in the Discord, and we'll have a listen. If you've got any songs of people in your community that you want to share, chuck them in as well. It's always good to spread the word and get the songs out there, get people listening to them all. So this one, Verge of Infinity. Tell us about it, Enslaved Angel.
I mean, this one is more structured, like properly structured, like not really vocally. It doesn't have like chorus per se, but it's a repeated phrase on the guitar, which like it's like intro, chorus, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, like standard pop structure. So that's kind of more of a mainstream way to approach metal music. And I just thought, let's create something like more epic rather than disturbing, but make it kind of disturbing so people know it's me.
If it's not disturbing, it's not Enslaved Angel.
Yeah, that's true. Also, a little fun fact about the name of the project,
Yep.
because the abbreviation is EA, and I was like, I might just release like the whole album of just drum tracks and be like, pay me to get the guitars and pay me to get the vocals. Like the true EA style.
No, perfect. That's perfect. Right. Here we.
my
Here.
microtransactions, the band.
So, The Verge of Infinity by Enslaved Angel. That was cool, and yeah, definitely had more of what you might call a traditional structure to it. I really like the ending. That was cool, bouncy groove towards the end. I like that. It was kind of which had a cool vibe to it. On that. Oh, are you? No, you're not muted. That's fine. So that was The Verge of Infinity by Enslaved Angel. That is premiering on YouTube tomorrow at 5:30 his time, 4:30 my time, whatever time it is for you people. You people.
My time being Central European CET. Yep.
So go and subscribe. I put Enslaved Angels YouTube channel pinned at the top in the chat. So if you're not already subscribed to him, go and subscribe to him. Turn the notification bell on. Like, share, comment, all the usual stuff that helps people out. It's much appreciated when people do. If you haven't already, subscribed to the following channels as well, just while I've got some people here. So, Shadow of the Throne, you'll be hearing something from them shortly. Go and subscribe, follow Shadow of the Throne. Charles Wagner is in the house. He is half of the Audio Brothers podcast. They also will check out your songs, but they will also give you good constructive mixing feedback, production feedback, as well as songwriting feedback. They've got a wealth of experience between them. Eric is a fantastic mixing engineer. Charles is also a fantastic mixing engineer, and they've both got kind of varying styles. So if you're looking for, I would say, your kind of thrash metal, live, analog feel, then I would say Charles is your man for that. And if you're wanting something a little bit more, maybe synthy kind of rock, then Eric's got that. But to be honest, either of them are going to give you a good mix and good feedback. So go and subscribe to all the channels. And we also, I'm just checking, Dom Torregrossa is in the house as well. He has his channel. He submits some songs before. Skylodon is back. And we will be listening to song submissions very shortly, Skylo, because we are going to be rounding up the interview in just a few moments, because we're going to have another listen to another track from Enslaved Angel. But I wanted to ask him, so the next song, we'll talk about this. So the next one that we have is Entity. So tell us about Entity. What was the process for this one?
Here I wanted to create something like modern metal-ish. Like, if you ever heard of like Northlane and like, the modern metalcore stuff, like they have electronics and all that, and like really beefy guitar tones. Like this is what I was going for. And once again, it also has like structure, but minus the bridge, because I was too lazy to write a bridge for this one. So, yeah.
So no bridge because you couldn't be bothered. Let's go.
Yeah, no bridge, because that's why.
Yes, exactly what Axiom said. Hell yeah, hardcore.
Yeah.
Which is what we want. No, I like that. I like this. The synth.
Hardcore, hell yeah.
Hey, hell yeah! I like the synth elements that you put in there, um, and it's I I love the textures that you're creating, uh, and
Yeah, and there's a lot here.
the when I hear it and I got images and stuff in my head of a lot of the time when I listen to a song or something like that, if I've not already seen like a music video or something like that, I'll kind of almost try and like the video will create in my head, and that's what I kind of get in yours, like glitch cuts and like almost like that scene in Seven when Sloth wakes up in the bed, like that kind of just fuck.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like, yeah. So yeah, that'd be it. Take a couple of scenes from Seven and do some scores for that. That'd be pretty cool. There's a couple of bits in that I think your stuff would work really well over.
and also there's a couple cool lines in the lyrics I've written. I'm not like the biggest poet ever, but sometimes I do be speaking some facts. Like there's this sentence that's like 4 bars of text. Guess our existence won't make a difference because only under this sun we will live and die. So take that as you will. I mean, kind of nihilistic, but that's just how I am.
It's been an interesting time. It's been yeah, it's been an interesting time, but I think that it's you're creating these vibe, you're creating this landscape of yeah, great sonic landscape of your music. So that that itself is very cool, and it's is one of those things. The more I hear it, the more I listen to it, the more I start picking out things that I can relate to, and then that's when I start sort of gelling with it. And that's again one of the lovely things about these communities is that like we've kind of gotten to know each other through chats and stuff like that. We're having an opportunity to chat face to face, albeit online, but be able to sort of share our music and share our sort of goals and our sort of themes behind the stuff that we're creating, which I think is a really really nice thing to do, and it's good to hear that. Um, so before
I mean,
we
also like exchanging approaches to songwriting. It's very valuable to like see how people approach the stuff. Like it may inspire you. You might try their process, and you come up with something cool.
now that's it 100%. So before we round up for songs for the show from people from our song submissions, first of all I'd like to say thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for premiering season 2 of the show, being the first guest of season 2. So I really appreciate that. And let I'm going to say, tell us, promote yourself, let us know about all your channels and everything like that. I will put them in descriptions, but let us know what you've got coming up.
Yeah,
Obviously, you've got
yeah,
some
yeah.
releases. Go for it.
Yeah, so I'm basically trying to build my YouTube channel, trying to hit that first 1,000 this year. Hopefully, we can make it. So yeah, also on YouTube, on Spotify, on like all these streaming platforms you can think of, even on like Deezer, which who the fuck uses Deezer? Like, but I'm there. So check me out if you like this kind of vibe if you like, contemplating existence, and you like a nice little soundtrack for that, you can always count on me for that. And like, if you also have like negative thoughts, I guess we can like, you can relate to my music, because like the negativity, it's, I put all my negativity through music, so embrace the hate.
Embrace it. Well, thank
Oh,
you so much,
yeah.
Enslaved Angel. Woo! Oh, why is my
Woo!
stuff? Oh, wait a minute. There you go. Thank you so much for joining me. So, everybody get ready. I have a new scene for your songs for the show. So, we're going to do that, and then we're going to jump into your songs, starting with Skylo Don, who has got back to me and said, well, we'll find out what he said in just a minute. Here we go.
It's time for your songs, playing your songs, hearing your songs on this awesome show. It's time for your songs, playing your songs, hearing your songs on this awesome show.
Woo! Let's hit more crowd.
So this is the first one we are listening to, right?
Oh, sorry, 1 second. Sorry, you were
Yeah.
saying Enslaved Angel?
This is the first one we are listening to, right?
Yes, this is.
Because I have the links pulled up, but the order is.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. So this is Skylo Don. Skylo Don X Dual Shock Give a Fuck. And Skylo has said he'd like some feedback. Now, it's a trap based song with distorted vocals and shouting, so not.
I mean, I know a lot in this field. Like, I love Ghost Main, so like, yeah, I'm pretty versed in this. So
Dongang is your rap group. Cool. Thank you. So
nice,
we'll check
nice.
it out, and yeah, we'll let you know kind of what we think. I can't really give you any advice on how to improve stuff, but we'll certainly tell you what you think, and yeah, and we can direct you to people who, if you're looking for more feedback. So let's hit it and go. Oh, fix sake. Hashtag. We'll go back to it again.
Walking around with a chocolate shit, I feel like a rock star. I got 25 volts, they porn star. Way too much cash in a foreign car. Yeah, so keep sucking it up. I pull out of your blood like Nuck if he ball. Got too much rock to the pipe with the farm. No talking, no talking, you is on a lock. Infinite they shock. Tie a band, new see finna high. Kill that boy, take up his grip and rip a lot sight. The only thing I focus on is detailed cash night. Pull up with a sword and give him a full play. Top of my side, I should have was unfair. I've been making all the money, they give me a new reel. Feel like Tiger, it's not your new a tootsie. So much weapons that I got in my two-seat. Hockey how my muscles, pussy can't hit me. Like, hey, yo.
There's my wee. Woo. Oh, why is everything not working? Hey, there we go. Cool. Enslaved Angel. Thoughts?
I gotta say, man, I love your cadence because it's like not really common in that style of rap, you know. It's sort of like deeper, like cadence with more of a false chord distortion, more of like rather than fry, you know. Because if you like listen to Suicide Boys and all the others, they are just like yeah, you know, and you're more lower kind of, which is cool. And also I love that you didn't go with that typical flow type on the whole track, like. And yeah, the beat was kind of generic, but that's just how trap is, so no complaints here.
Thank you, Enslaved Angel. Yeah, Skylo, I really enjoyed that. Really cool vibe. The bass was bassy. Like it had a cool, just a cool feel to it. I agree with Enslaved Angel with regards to like the flow and that everything seemed to work quite well. Can't believe you're only 14 and you're from Northern Ireland. I would have not put you at 14. Not with the what I would say the professionality of that track was. The one thing I would say that for me personally I thought would be quite cool is kind of get a bit more gang vocals. I think it just around about, I think here is it.
You can just miss me. All these hating ass niggas as me sis. Like watching it out through the window like whoopsie. Roll a nigga up like he was a tootsie. So much weapons that I got in my two-seat. Hockey how my muscles, pussy can't hit me. Hey, yo.
It was a
Marijuana got me high like I'm Bowser. Damn. Here the 808.
There was a bit where it dropped, and
Also appreciate the references. I've heard Bowser, I've heard like Goku, I've heard, you know.
there was a bit where there was a kind of drop and then came back in. It came back in cool and it hit, but I think it would have hit even more with just like a few more backing vocals, even if it was just gang vocals all saying the sort of same thing, given that kind of power. But yeah, cool track. Thank you very much for sending it in, Skylo. I appreciate that. And yeah, it was a cool track. And I've got family in Ireland. I spent quite a bit of time in. My mum's from Northern Ireland. I've got family in Hillsborough, and so yes, know the area well. So next up, we've got Danny with False Light from Shadow of the Throne.
Hell yeah.
So this is going to hit all platforms on Wednesday the 15th of March. So we're getting a little bit of an exclusive on this from Danny. This is Shadow of the Throne. I know this slaps and I think you're all going to enjoy it. So all streaming platforms, March the 15th. Plus, we've got Shadow of the Throne YouTube channel. Go and follow them. We've got I'll put the links to Skylo's YouTube channel in the chat. I'll do the same for Danny, and go and follow everybody. Where's me thing sound effect? Oh no, where's it? Woo. Ah, for fuck's sake. Hashtag pro streamer. Danny, as always, just great. Your stuff is brutal and melodic, and it's got that bit of everything. So if you like that, folks, go and give Shadow Overthrown a follow on YouTube, and also Instagram and all the social media platforms, and there's a link there in the chat for that song. Enslaved Angel, tell us your thoughts.
I mean, like I've probably already fucking said that like a couple times. I love the vibes. It's like if Slipknot didn't evolve from Iowa. It's like Slipknot Iowa, but even more brutal. Because why the fuck not? But you know, in this one, I really dig the. Daniel, you will get the reference, but I feel like strong, like old school Chelsea Green vibes, like kind of recreant, kind of feel at the end, especially with the breakdown. So yeah, that was fucking cool.
Excellent.
And
Okay, so next up we have Axiom. Axiom, tell us a little bit about this song. Studio. Yeah, tell us a little bit about it. You said you sort of said that the song's good, but the production's a bit weak. But tell us a little bit more in the chat as we play it, and let us know if you'd like any feedback on it as well, and we will try our best to be honest and hopefully productive.
Guys, they are beating up. Guys, they are fucking. Look at that shit.
Yeah, get on the car.
Look at that
yeah!
shit.
Bounce on the hood, motherfucker.
Look at that shit. The cops are breaking their own car, and they're gonna blame it on the protesters.
Oh, yay, life.
Woo!
Oh, look.
We are here. We are here in the name of peace.
Protected by tear gas.
All I see is death and destruction.
Okay, Andrew, I'll let you go first since I have really a lot to say about this.
Yeah, that's it. So the I think they've I mean I know you recorded this a while ago back in the late 2000s, so it's been out there. The guitar tones were a bit rough, but I don't know if that was just I think E. Arbin said something about the cab IRs. It did kind of feel that way, like there was something like it was directly recorded in. But I like the hook. You've got the rock to roll, rock, and it's in my head, and that's what you want. The hook, you want it in your head. It'd be cool to have heard some more harmonies. But the song itself was cool. I liked it. It had a nice vibe. It had a kind of did feel a little bit loopy, but that was because you've said that you recorded it on a loop, so the end's a little bit off. But yeah, it was cool. It was cool. I'm looking forward to hearing like some stuff from you a bit more recent that you've been doing since then. But yeah, I enjoyed that, Axiom. Thanks very much for submitting. Enslaved Angel.
So I first of all, let me just say up front, I'm not saying this just because I hate it. I don't hate it. It's fine. Like writing is on point, but got them and like dual track the guitars because I listened to my link and the guitar was in mono and it always ruins the feel. And yeah, like Andrew said, like there was no ER on that guitar tone, and it was like very very fucking abrasive, and you know also the vibe was kind of off for me because like the intro to the videos like screamed hardcore punk to me, and this was nowhere near hardcore punk. You know what I'm saying? you know I thought like this was gonna come in with drums like puka, 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 and like typical power chord guitars and such, and yeah, you kind of dropped a ball on that one. But yeah, yeah, that's all I had to say. Like the vocals also kind of screamed hardcore punk of how like kind of i I'm I mean this in the nicest way possible, but it was kind of that tone deaf, like shouting kind of feel in the vocals, which was is also like very punk. So yeah, uh, the vibe was off with like the kind of like 80s pop type beat underneath it.
I'm back. Yeah, as Arvin said, I don't even think I didn't know anything about IRs. Like it's only been in the last like probably the last 3 or 4 months that I've actually learned how much
Oh
an
yeah,
IR can make
yeah,
a
yeah.
difference. Like now I've found a way of being able to play about and swap out IRs and how much of a difference it can make to the tone of the guitar. Uh, complete completely true on the doubling of the guitars and but yeah, it's cool. I'm looking forward to hearing your ballad. No, his vocals were okay. He's like most vocalists, like myself, like anybody learning to sing, or maybe new to singing, building the strength to project and take away that worry of pitch is a big thing, and that's something that I've definitely learned over the last year and a bit. Is just really kind of focus more on the performance. An IR axiom is it stands for impulse response.
Urban is trying to fact check me to be like, IRs weren't even invented when this came out. Like,
No, it's called. It stands for.
Urban, I know you're trying to fact check me, and
So it stands for impulse response. So it's people record the response from different cabinets and different microphones, and then that somehow gets converted digitally, and it can really change the sound and style of the tone. But if you're looking for, are you Axiom? Are you doing your stuff on iPad? Are you recording on iPad, or are you on like Mac or PC or anything like that? What are you using as a DAW? Are you just using like GarageBand or something like that? Because I've used iPad and I've recorded an iPad for a good while, and I found a good few guitar plugins that were not too expensive, and they were quite cool, and they had great they made life so much easier because the presets sounded amazing, so you could pretty much just go boom using Reaper. So I cannot recommend the Bogner amp knob enough. It's a fantastic and they've also got the one knob bass and one knob guitar. They are absolutely brilliant, and in fact that's what I used on this.
It's time for your souls, playing your souls, hearing your souls on this awesome show.
So I used the Rev one knob amp. Basically, you just turn it round to 6, and then you can leave it, and it sounds good. You can.
And also, if you like don't have money to buy the one knob, you also would probably like the ML Roots. It's Fluff's like signature plugins. It's for free version with one amp and one ER. You know, you get yourself a cool fucking tone for like free.
Yeah, there is. I mean, there is good free plugins out there, but if you're on Reaper, I mean, to be honest, what I'll do is because you're in the Discord now, I'll Enslaved Angel will be able to put up some links. I'll maybe set up a wee plugins channel, and I'll speak to Sarush, because Sarush is always posting a billion different free plugins that are there. So yeah, get them and just double track, and you'll notice a big difference. The double tracking will make a huge difference as well, but the IRs will make a massive one. But I think, yeah, I mean, I got the amp knob. I think it was £20, or $20 on on the sale. And yeah, it's brilliant. It's just so straightforward. It makes songwriting a lot easier. So right. Anyway, enough chat about gear. All right. So you've got a multi effects pedal with multiple amps that you're using. Well, yeah, I think you might still be able to add IRs onto the effect, but plugging in directly and then using one of the plugins can get really cool effects, like have a bit more control on them. But yeah, I would definitely say join the Audio Brothers Discord as well, because they will keep you right on all that, as well as like Enslaved Angel. People who know a lot more about mixing and mastering and engineering than I do, but I'm just going with stuff that I've found easy because I'm a total beginner at it. So yeah, so this was I had a couple of songs sent in on the forum over the last couple of weeks, which I passed on to some of the other streams because I wasn't streaming, but I am, so I wanted to listen to them. Even though I have listened to them, I wanted to share them. So this is from the Likely Birds, and it's his debut single. It's a song about love angst, about doomed love, in which you still try to make things work even though you know it will soon end in the worst way. It will lead to an album at the end of the year. He hopes people will like it. he thinks it reflects pretty well his mind and soul. Lennon and Liam Gallagher are the people that made me start music, so it probably takes the main inspiration them. An old school writer. Oh, I'll put you in line with Chuck then, because he's all about the analog stuff, and they'll be able to help you with that kind of stuff. So yeah, join the Audio Brothers podcast Discord and check out their stream, and they'll be able to give you good help and advice on that stuff. So let's hit play and have a listen to the Likely Birds. Oh, for fuck's sake.
With no care in
Back
the
to the
world.
beginning.
Look for the girl with no care in the world. It always turns out it's alright. And people will talk about the day we were doomed, but only to say they were right. We don't know why. We hold aside. We don't know we're lost. Why can't the love change your heart from the start? Erase a beat smile from the dark. It looked back when you said that you didn't mind, 'cause love is so heavy to find. We don't know why. We hold aside onto the night. Don't know we're lost. We don't know why. We hold aside onto the night. We don't know we're lost. We don't know why. We hold aside onto the night. We don't know we're lost.
Now I know the Likely Bards aren't in the chat, but yeah, I really enjoyed this. Totally hear the influences from like Oasis and John Lennon, and you've got a very similar voice to Stereophonics lead singer, but it's a lovely little ballad, really well recorded, sounded wonderful to me. Nice recordings of the acoustic guitars, and looking forward to the album coming out. So yeah, I like that. Enslaved Angel.
How to say it without offending anyone? I'm gonna describe it in 2 words. Diet Oasis. I mean, I get that it's your debut single, and you wanna wear your influences on your sleeve, but like come on, like you're sounding exactly like Oasis, like bruh, like I know that Oasis broke up because like Noel and Liam are not really mature for their age, but like if you just gave us something of your own rather than something that sounds just like Oasis, it would be cool. I mean, you obviously got the skill to do it because I hear the skill when I hear the skill. But yeah, it was kind of a bummer that this is just like an Oasis song but written now.
Uh, yeah, well, this, he's not here, so we can't. We can't. So he just he will go.
Yeah, and just for the record, I mean no offense. I mean it
No, no,
all
it's
in the nicest way
you're
possible.
entitled to your opinion, and he's like, yes, you can certainly hear the Oasis influences on that, and it's usually a good place to start. Is starting with bands that you love and inspired by, to then develop your own sound from that. And I think that
Yeah, but, copying the sound one for one isn't the way. You know,
everybody's got to start somewhere.
uh, I guess.
Right. So the other one that got sent to me, which I will just bring up now. So it's from Josh Rain and Josh Gates. Sorry, Josh Rain, Josh Gates, and it's Rain. I'll let you know what
Rain.
Josh Rain. I'll let you know what he said about this. Where is it? Ah, yeah. So Josh said about his song. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Josh. My new song Rain was recorded and mastered in home studio using Logic Pro. Snap, I use Logic Pro too. The overall theme of the song is someone being in a desperate place and calling out to a higher power, God, for needing mercy and healing. So it's a song about hope and starting afresh.
Do you ever feel that something's wrong and it's hard to carry on? The winding road keeps going on and on, and all the streams dried up and gone. I need a cleansing that goes down inside to refresh my soul and mind. So rain, rain, rain down on me and take away all of my pain. And rain, rain, rain down on me and wash away every stain. The cup is empty and the well is dry, and nothing here can satisfy. I need a cleansing that goes down inside. I lift my hands up place that we can go, where the rivers ever flow, to living waters that bring life. There's a place away from here, there's no darkness and no fear, in the presence of pure light. Rain, rain, rain down on me and take away all of my pain. Rain, rain, rain down on me and wash away every stain. Every
Enslaved Angel.
I mean, let's be honest. That was just like, first of all, the instrumental was like middle of the road country, like typical like chord structures and chord movements, which is fine if you're going for like, you know, modern pop country. Yeah, and as Urban said right now, it felt so fucking long. Like, also the rhyming, you know, rain, pain. It's like, you know, lyrical miracle, straight up biblical type of shit. You know, I hate this.
Not for you then, Enslaved Angel.
Yeah,
What about
I
the
mean,
positives?
I mean, positives. I mean, the quality was cool. The singing was not horrible. I mean, I've heard worse country singers like you
Topher in
know,
the house?
it wasn't like, you know, as much of a that type of country singing, you know. And I also think like music that just labels itself as Christian, like right off the bat, is kind of doomed to sound kind of pretentious, because like this was just like straight up, you know, hey, I go to church. If you go to church, listen to me. Like, this is the kind of vibe I'm getting, you know. Like, it wasn't like cleverly like referencing the Bible or something, which is cool in music when you reference something, but it was just, it kind of felt like pandering to the Christian country music audience. But yeah, that was just my take.
That's entirely that's your take on it. No, honestly, I kind of enjoyed it. I agree that it was a little bit long. I think that the harmonies and stuff should have come in a lot sooner because he had a nice voice. And this is the, I think I've heard this 3 times now, and there was a lot of space where I think call and response vocals could have gone, which would have been cool. I like the vibe of it. It's obviously it's a Christian kind of Christian pop sort of feeling obviously important to the songwriter, and that's what you want. You want to be writing about stuff that's important to you. The one thing I would say with the performance and the vocals would be to, like, if you're singing about the rain and this belief of washing away how you feel and starting afresh and everything like that, then kind of put that into the performance, because the performance at times, not all the time, because you've got a nice voice, and I could hear it at the end when you were doing the harmonies on the final chorus, bringing them in sooner, maybe stepping that up in the second verse, and maybe adding some extra kind of call and response vocals in there would have tied the song together, maybe made it feel a little less. But yeah, you could easily sort of have this at about 3 minutes, and it would be a nice length for this style of song, for the kind of pop rock country Christian genre. But I did like it. I mean, it didn't there wasn't anything in it that I thought, oh god, this is horrible. It's just
I mean, for the record, I also wasn't like, oh God, please turn this off. I cannot stand this. But I was like trying to be critical,
no,
like
it's this is we're giving our honest opinion and feedback, and take with it what you want from that. It's it all depends on your audience. We're probably not the audience for you, but I liked it. I didn't think like it was. I've been watching a lot of Nashville recently, so I'm well into the country music at the moment. I'm digging Nashville, so I'm loving the kind of country vibe. So,
fair.
Now, so that's all the submissions. Apart, well, we're going to end with one that was not sent in to me, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to share it anyway, because I really like his stuff, and it's Tom McCartney, and it's a live NPR Cozy Room recording, which we'll be doing that in a second. But I want to thank again Enslaved Angel for joining me on this episode. Thank you
Thanks
for
for
submitting your song.
having me.
And thanks everybody for tuning in and watching. Give it a wee like, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends and family. I probably won't be doing highlight shows because I just don't have the time. I'm busier now with my work, so I'm not. But
Also,
uh,
don't share it with your grandma, because she will hate
no,
you.
share with
for
grand. She might be into
this.
death metal music. She might like Josh's song. So yeah, we're going to end with Tom McCartney. I spoke too soon live at the Cozy Room Recordings. Thanks again, everybody, for submitting. We'll be back next week with another guest. I'm working on who it's going to be. And well, obviously I'll let you know during the week. And for everybody, go and check out Enslaved Angel. Go and check out everybody who submitted songs. I need to actually share Josh's thing in here as well. And also the Likely Bird, because I realise I've not done that. But yeah, go and check out all the artists that have submitted, and get yourselves more songs for submitting next week, and we'll give you more of our opinions. Yeah, Rezo, I start early for you guys because I'm ahead of you, and it's I'm wanting to spend some time with my wife, so I always sort of try and get this finished up by about 9 o'clock my time, so a couple of hours. But I might be streaming throughout the week on Twitch. I've managed to, I think, figure out my issues with recording music while streaming. So I might be doing some more songwriting and things like that, because I've got a lot of songs that I'm trying to work on and I'd like to get them done. And because I'm a giant narcissist, I like to know that people are watching me. It's just the way it is. It's all about stroking my tiny little ego. And I'm talking about my ego, not my tiny little penis. Clip that bitch. Right, cool. Well, leave us with Tom McCartney, Mr. Saucy Sauce.
over, but I don't wanna fucking move. I said I would be early, but I guess I spoke too soon. Too soon. I would understand if you hate me, 'cause if I were you, I would hate me too.
Paul McCartney, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, just vibing. I really enjoy Tom McCartney's stuff. It's very, very cool, very chilled. He's got that cool vibe about him. Really like the video there.
I mean, always props for like props for using the tracker radio microphone.
Yeah, a lot of cool thing, cool setup, cool video. It's a good thing that Tom McCartney's left-handed, because it would have been a bit of a struggle with them both being right-handed. Both guitarists, they might have gone each other's way, but with him being left-handed and the other guitarist, it was well planned, well thought out. That, yeah, really cool song. So that's Tom McCartney's live at a Cozy Room recording. So the NPR Tiny Desk competition is something where NPR asks bands and musicians to record or do a gig at a tiny desk. So that's that cool Cozy Room recording. Very cool. Urge you guys to go and check out Tall McCartney. Right, so just before I go, and I'll put this stuff in the chat, we're going to copy all these links. Cletus is in the house as well. Hello, Cletus. I might start streaming a little later on, because it seems that the lovely people in the Gong Gang, majority of you are on the other side of the world, and I know it's like the middle of the afternoon for a lot of you when I start. The reason that I don't normally stream late is because where I'm sitting is right next to my bedroom, and I don't want to keep my wife up, but it's easy enough to move everything downstairs. So I might start doing some later streams so I can go a bit longer, maybe get more guests on, obviously person that I'd be interviewing, and then maybe other people if they want to come on. And because what I'd quite like to do is, when people submit songs, is to try and get them on to kind of have a wee chat about their song, and their inspiration, like kind of like we did, but more in the case of like somebody who's submitting a song. If they wanted to, they could come on, because it's easy enough to come on and have a little chat about it and then go. So that's maybe the plan, and it's nothing about being a good guy, Cletus. I was talking about my tiny ego earlier, and I wanted to get bigger, so I need many people to stroke it. So the more people that will stroke my tiny ego, the bigger it gets, and the happier I am.
The undertones.
In your endo. So yeah, just while I'm talking a load of nonsense, I'm just going to put up the links to the chat, because this will be in the replay. So if anybody is watching this on the replay, you'll be able to get all the chat links for the musicians. And let's copy link. it's grower, not a show. Exactly, E. Urban. It's a grower, not a shower. And hopefully next week I'll have some songs. Like I'm working on stuff. I'm hoping to get some demos at least finished, like to a point that they're ready to maybe just have like little bits changed to them. So that's hope. Anyway, thank you, Enslaved Angel, again. Thank you, everybody, for joining me in the chat. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate everybody who has subscribed, followed, all the stuff. Join the Discord. Go and share out into the community. Go and join Trey's Discord. Go and join Conspiracy Music. There's loads of Discords out there. There's loads of people in the communities. Go and find them. Collaborate. Talk. Get feedback. Share the love. How do I walk around with that massive set of bagpipes? Exactly. What's the difference between a set of bagpipes and a cat? You take your golf shoes off to jump on a cat. I'll leave you with that. Cheery bye.